There are close to 4,000 people working for Anglian Water, and we've recently launched a Love Every Drop campaign, which looks to put water at the heart of a whole new way of living. We cover the East Anglian region of the UK, and we have just over 6,000 customers. We're one of the big 6 water and wastewater service providers, and our huge region stretches as far north as Scunthorpe for water services and as far south as Essex for wastewater services. The region covers from Buckinghamshire in the west across to Lowestoft in the east. We have a diverse customer base, and recently, over the last year to 2 years, there's been an increase in the number of customers living in our region where English isn't their first language. Particularly, I'd say we use about 100 different languages, 30 every month, and the 3 most regular, Polish, Russian and Lithuanian. The number of Polish speakers has risen enormously over the last couple of years. It's really important for us as a company to be efficient, but we don't want to be efficient at a cost to customer service. So customers who don't speak English as a first language expect and deserve the same level of service that non-English speaking customers do. We've used a translating service provider in the past for about 10 years, and whilst I was happy with the service, we wanted to look to see if there was anyone else out there, and that's when we came across LangCommLive. Anglian Water started using LangCommLive in November 2010, and I've seen 3 main benefits using LangComm. Firstly, there's the cost equation. We've achieved approximately a 50% cost saving using LangComm as opposed to our previous supplier. Another benefit is the speed in which you can get an interpreter, someone who speaks a different language, on the phone. Previously, we've had to call the company themselves, who have then explained the situation and what language we needed. They've then gone away, got a translator on the phone for us, but that can take anything up to 2.5–3 minutes. What LangComm do is provide a web-based tool where you select the language that you need the interpreter to speak. It populates the screen with a standard rate UK landline number. You ring the number and are then straight through to the person who speaks the language that the customer needs. That takes, on average, I'd say about 30 seconds, so you've got a 2.5 minute time saving there, which in the world of call centres equates to significant further cost savings. LangCommLive offer a service that includes over 150 languages, and it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year at no extra cost. One concern I had when we switched to LangComm was whether there'd be setup charges. There were no setup charges at all. It's similar to using a mobile phone on a pay-as-you-go basis. You're billed to the nearest second of the time you speak to an interpreter throughout the month. Another really important benefit to me was the fact that LangComm provided people on site who spent time training team leaders in terms of using the interpreters correctly, not speaking to them in the third person terms, so just talking to them as if they were talking to the customer themselves. And that's given us 2 really important benefits. Firstly, it saves time again, but secondly, the customer gets the service that they need, and they get it in a better way than we were finding with the previous provider.